Hello and welcome to Ascension Parish Library's databases that provide information, tutorials, and practice tests for the ACT and SAT. This video tutorial will focus on the resources found in the Homework Louisiana Tutor.com database. On the Ascension Parish Library's homepage at myapl.org, hover the mouse over the words Digital Library in the orange bar. Then scroll down and select Online Learning. You will now see the library's online learning page. From here, you can access the database that we will be using. Scroll to and click on the Homework Louisiana icon, which will bring you to the Tutor.com webpage. In order to utilize the full resources of this database, you will need an account. At the top right-hand corner of the home page, select Create an Account. Fill in the information requested, make sure to check the Terms of Use box, then select Create an Account. If you already have an account, sign in. To prepare for a college entrance exam, click on Other Tools at the far right-hand side, then choose Prep for the SAT/ACT from the drop-down menu. This will bring you to the SAT/ACT Essentials page. Depending upon which tests you will be taking, select the blue Prep for the SAT Now or Prep for the ACT Now button. The SAT was revised in 2016 so that it now more closely aligns to both the form and content of the ACT. Therefore, utilizing practice tests and tutorial information of both the ACT and SAT can be beneficial. You will be directed to the ACT Essentials dashboard. From here, you can take free online practice tests, view helpful resources, set a personal target test date, and target scores. By setting a date, the calendar function provides a countdown of days. In the target scores, you can set an overall composite score or set individual targets in each portion of the test. Under the Coursework tab, there are sections on strategies and on each of the test portions, which include English, math, reading, science, and the optional writing test. Each test portion can be studied as a whole, but is also broken down into specific skill areas. Each skill has a lesson and a drill for review, and the database keeps track of your progress. You can select only lessons or only drills to focus your study. In the drills, next to the question are the multiple choice possible answers. Once you've selected an answer, that question number in the list at the bottom will shade to gray. You can navigate through the different questions using the Next and Previous buttons or by selecting the question numbers at the bottom of the page. You can flag a question that you may want to review if you have extra time during the test section. This enables you to go quickly back to that question. On the real ACT test, once a portion is completed, you are not allowed to go back to prior sections. As this is practice material, you are able to go through both the lessons and drills more than once. Once you have started a drill, you can pause it, in progress, or have it scored. In addition to the score, there is detailed information including whether questions were answered correctly or incorrectly, a question explanation, and the concept tested for each question. Once you have prepared for the ACT using the coursework and resources, you can take a full practice test. Click on Practice Test to explore your options. Once you begin taking practice tests, you will see your progress over time in this chart, as well as a listing of which tests you have taken when and the score you obtained on that date. At the top of the list are the directions on how to complete a practice test. Additionally, when you click Start, you will be given the option to print the PDF of the test to take on paper, or you can choose to take the test entirely online. When taking the paper test, select an option of using an online proctor to keep track of the time for you at the standard time, as well as the extended time options of time and a half and double time. In the online bubble sheet, there is a yellow marker indicating which question number you are answering. When you launch the online test, it will ask you to choose your timer option. Once you have started a test, you cannot change the timer selection. Directions will appear on screen as you advance. The online test has the multiple choice answers on screen next to the question. Once you have selected an answer, that question number in the list at the bottom will shade to gray. In the online test, just like in the practice drills, you can navigate through the different questions by using the next and previous buttons, or by selecting the question numbers at the bottom of the page, as well as flag questions to return to during the test time limit. It is possible, but not recommended, to take the test using a separate bubble sheet or by writing on your test paper. This database does not offer a paper bubble sheet to download, but you can create your own. If you choose to use paper and pencil, you will then need to transfer your answers into an online bubble sheet to be scored. That additional time would not be counted as it would be in the actual ACT test. The two best options are to take the test with the online bubble sheet provided and the PDF of the test, or to take the test entirely online. Do not leave any answers blank, as the best strategy for taking the ACT is to answer every question. You are credited points for every correct answer, but no points are deducted for wrong answers. As these are practice tests, you can pause your test and save your progress to resume later. You are also able to end your test without scoring. When you have completed your test, you will be asked to score or not to score your test. Select Score My Test to view your detailed score report. There is an overview provided, as well as detailed information on each section, including whether questions were answered correctly or incorrectly. By clicking on the question boxes at the bottom, you are shown your answer, the correct answer, a question explanation, and the concept tested for each question. You are also able to sort the section by category to see what concepts need more attention and study before taking the real ACT test. On the front one-page view of the practice test. You are able to view your progress over time in the composite view or in the individual test segments. Thank you for using the Ascension Parish Library databases. Please call your local branch if you have any further questions.